Yo, what up, guys? It's your boy Shabrady, and you're listening to the Booty League podcast.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Booty League podcast, Thursday night edition. I know we always love those ones because we get a sneak peek of the matchups, but joined as always by Chris and a treat for us, Topher this week.
Yes, sir. Topher's in the building.
Topher's in the building. This
Thank you. I'm
Topher.
in the building.
Topher's been a hard one to nail down. You know, this man's been elusive. He doesn't check his messages. I don't know what's going on. But how you doing, Topher?
I'm doing good. In life, doing good. In fantasy, it's absolutely terrible. But we could get into that more through the pod.
All right.
Okay.
I mean, you're not doing as terrible as you're still in the hunt right now.
Yeah, you're in way better place than I am. That's for sure.
You just got no brand names, but just like last year. But last year you did pretty fine with no brand names. So you just got to believe in your team, Topher.
That's true. That's why I'm vowing as of last week to no longer make any trades. So my trade hotline is closed.
Oh wow.
Wow.
It's closed. I'm
But-
declaring it publicly here.
That's the opposite of what I was gonna say, because last year you were trading like crazy and you were in the playoffs, but this year you're not trading, and right now you're sitting out of the playoffs. So some would argue that you're not sticking to your laurels.
I guess I might have to relapse then.
I mean, if it worked last year, it will work this year. So
That's fair.
How many trades have you had this year?
I think I've only had two.
two,
I
really?
had- yeah, I've only had two.
One
I
with
think there might
Jonathan.
have been a third trade for like Fab,
Okay.
or it's like a tiny one, but like two big trades. The first one was AJ Brown for Nico and Singletary. Nico's IR and Singletary is on my bench,
Oh,
so that went
man.
about as well. And then my other one was Laporta for Xavier Worthy and Jerome Ford. I think Jerome Ford's still out, and Xavier Worthy is
Dude,
pretty
it's just
bad.
unfortunate. It's just unfortunate. Like
Yeah.
they just all got hurt. Like you traded away all these pieces and they just got hurt. Like
That's true.
I'm pretty shook. I'll say that much right now. I think I'm just the feeling of being under 500. It doesn't feel good.
Get used to it. If you're gonna be in this league for a long time, you gotta get used to that.
That's fair.
you made the right moves. I'd say they weren't bad moves in hindsight. You're trying to bolster up a couple other positions. They just didn't pan out with with those injuries. That's all.
That's fair. That's
All
fair.
right.
I appreciate the morale boost.
All right, let's jump into our quick
Jumping
question.
into the quick question. Very
This is a quick one.
topical. Very topical. After the events of last night, how do we feel about the law enforcement presence in Orange County? How about me and Chris will start us off, and then Topher, you
Yeah.
can chime in because you're the closest to the situation. So start us off, Chris. How do we feel about law enforcement in Orange
Oh, man.
County?
Yeah, back to blue. You got Omar. You got my buddy Omar over there. I know they don't get a good rep, a good rep in general. But honestly, I've never had to call them for an emergency or anything like that. I've gotten like pulled over maybe once in Orange County. Like maybe twice with like friends. Never come across a lot of issues with them. Probably helps being like a model minority or something like that. You know what? I'm a liar. I got arrested. That's right.
Really?
So, yeah.
When?
As a kid, as a
Oh,
juvenile.
as a juvenile.
Yeah. So yeah, I've had my run-ins.
And times are changing. Times are changing.
I've had my run-ins with the law, so it's fine. Yeah, they've never given me like a big deal, so I'm glad that they came out quickly and they got the situation handled, because I know there's many times where they wouldn't come out, and
Yeah,
that's why I tell you guys to stay strapped or get clapped. So
that's true. That's true. I mean, I'm definitely thinking about it. I've talked about it with Alice. But anyways, my run-ins with the law, I think generally, at least for Orange County, the times I've been pulled over, they've always let me off with a warning. I've been pulled over like maybe twice. Let me off with a warning. Actually, once I got a ticket because I ran a stop sign in my own neighborhood, but they were like planted there. It's not like they like came across me. They were like
they're
planted at the
trying
stop
to
sign
catch
to
people.
catch
Yeah.
people. But um, law enforcement in Orange County, they've always sometimes like my neighbors or my house had like big parties. They would always come over like just to be like, hey, like we understand, like no, we don't want to cause any trouble, but like we've had a few complaints, so like after 12, like can you quiet it down? But nothing like just normal law enforcement stuff, but nothing like you
Yeah.
see on the news like man gets arrested or like the stuff you see on like TikTok or whatever, like
Yeah.
about like I know my rights and this is against my nothing like that.
Have you ever had to call law enforcement and just waited for like way too long? I feel like that's like a big issue for Orange County.
I've
Like, hey, I
never
need help, and they just don't show up. Like they show up way too late or something like
Fortunately, I've never been in a
that.
situation where I've needed help, I think. I think I've called the paramedics once, vaguely, and they showed up pretty quickly. But nothing where that requires like actual police to come, fortunately. But yeah. Topher, how do you feel?
About law enforcement in OC. Uh, I guess, I mean, the one thing I was thinking about with like how the cops came to my parents' house was like, because it is in a gated community, do they have a remote to open the gate?
I think all law enforcement have a key. Every
Uh,
pad has a fire/law enforcement key that they can
mm,
just put in and then open the gate, like an override key.
uh,
Because if
I see.
because if your house is on fire and the fire department is locked behind a gate, like what the fuck, right? I think they
Yeah.
have a key.
They're gonna run the gate
Unless
down.
you're in James's neighborhood, then you just run through the gate.
There's that. There's that.
Oh, that's true. I remember that. I guess based off of this, like I've never been. I don't think I've ever been pulled over in OC. I think the one time I got pulled over, I think was like Ventura County.
Okay.
But I guess based off of this, OC law enforcement not too bad.
Yeah.
They always like flexing on like, or I don't know if it's they, but certain circles like flexing how OC is tougher on crime and things like that. And I think this is potentially Exhibit A because it came relatively quick.
Hmm.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
I think,
go ahead, Chris.
oh yeah, the main thing is that Betsy's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
And I'm thankfully Jonathan wasn't home during that time. I mean, like I can't even imagine like what it would be like to have your house broken into while you're home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that'd be pretty traumatic. And Jonathan, it's funny that Jonathan noticed that. I think what Jonathan's Crocs being missing was really funny. That probably was like the guy was probably like, "Yo, I'm gonna take these Clipper Crocs." But then he thought about it. He's like, "You know what? I don't think they're home, so let me just take some more shit."
Hmm.
But yeah, thankfully Jonathan and his family and Chris's family is okay, and Betsy's okay. So shouts out, hey, if OCPD, if you're listening to this, shout out to you guys. All right,
Yes, sir. Let's
Chris,
move on.
yeah.
We're
We need
gonna
a
go to shout out
sponsor.
bets this week. With that being said, Jonathan owes 5 shots. He should owe one more for the law enforcement,
No, we
one for the
should.
homies.
Yeah, one more for escaping the Grim Reaper that night.
So Jonathan owes 5. Could if he wants to do a donation, one more shot. That's cool. I bet James when he was on the pod last week for a 1v1, so I'm gonna owe 1 for that. Um, we had a Joe Adderall over under 16 and a half, trying to see if Michael made a good trade. Unfortunately, it was not
He
over
made a
16 and a
terrible trade.
half. David and James 0-1. Any game of the week, Nick Ryan. No one really voted except like Ryan, Nick, myself, and I guess David since he's on the pod, and James. So Nick and I will owe one, and then I owe another one for the podcast head to head. So I will owe 3. I'm owe 2 right now, and I'll give you guys one more when we get into the our head to heads. A little recap. It was exciting week for the waivers here. You know, here's my first one.
Cheers.
Here, your second one, Chris, I'll pour with you in solidarity.
Okay. Okay,
Thank you.
listeners of the pod, you know, I owe one, and you're probably wondering, hey, David owes one. Why isn't he taking a shot right now? Well, full disclosure, I just had a whiskey tasting at my homie's house, and so right now I'm probably like 5 drinks in right now, and so
Yes, sir.
you know, I'm abstaining this week. But honestly, I'm feeling pretty good right now. I think I can take the one.
Okay.
At the beginning of the pod, I was like, I was in the mixer, I was in the cyclone, but
Oh shit.
sobered up for like 10 minutes. I think I can take one. So, keep the waiver wire segment going, and I'm gonna go grab something.
All right. Here's our second one, and I'll take
Cheers,
one with
Keys.
David afterwards. Cheers. What are you drinking?
What am I drinking? That's a good question. I am drinking tequila. I don't know if this is considered good or not, but
Okay.
it was not. It was room temperature, so.
If you guys are watching the video, here's a little update on my bottle. This is the beginning. This is a liter bottle from the beginning of the year. I might be done in like 2 or 3 more weeks, so might need
You're
a new
gonna need to
bottle.
get another one. No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this isn't good though. It's like 9. I mean, it's just 92 proof. It's a little too high proof to be taking shots of. All right, let's jump into our breaking news waiver wire this week. A couple big injuries. So Nick had to. People were betting a lot of money for Tampa Bay and San Fran. So Nick, Juwan Jennings for 116, 8 total bids. The next closest was Vince at 42, James at 38, and David at 32. David got the Chiefs for 18. 4 total bids. The next closest was 6, me with 1, James with 0. Timmy got Ricky Pearsall after dropping him, 13. Only 2 bids. Mine was a 0 bid, so it didn't really count. Mike Mo got Cedric Tillman for 12, 4 bids. Feels good to outbid your league mate by 1. So Vince took 1 hit him for 11. David for 2. I got Calvin Ridley for 11. Total bids of 4. Next closest was 6. Vince got 9. And Vince had a push with James for 9 and Roy 6. So that was nice. Always good to win a push or win by 1. But I think unfortunately that Cedric Tillman pickup tilted Vintook. He ends up picking up Trey Palmer for 26, and he was the only bid for it.
Oof.
So that does not feel good. But Timmy picking up Jalen McMillan for 11. The next closest was Ryan for 10. So a couple really good bids there. For Mike Mo, Cedric Tillman's, Timmy's Jalen McMillan. Yeah. What were your thoughts on the waiver? Did you want anything? Did you put any bids in? Were you checked out?
To be honest, I was pretty checked out, but looking at these bids, I mean, if like Nick put Juan Jennings for 116, that's honestly not that bad,
What?
considering that I put like 30 for Brock Purdy
33 for
or
Brock
30
Purdy.
30. So I'm like, yeah. I mean, it's like we're about to start week 8, so like, who else is there really gonna be at this point?
All right. What are you thinking? That's true. That is a good way to look at it, David. What did you want? How are you feeling about the waiver this week?
I like the Chiefs. Well, let's talk about myself, and then I'll talk about Jawan Jennings.
Alright.
About myself, I bid 18 for the Chiefs, which I guess is like quote unquote an overbid. But I think the Chiefs' defense has looked very good in the games. It just hasn't translated to the stat sheets. But I think the Chiefs will be usable for the next 5 weeks. I think maybe
Yeah.
3 or 4 of their matchups looked pretty good. So I would rather just have them on my roster and be able to use them for 4 weeks than pay $5 every week to get whatever the hot waiver wire pickup was that week, right? So that was my
Um,
rationale about I know I overbid, but it's because I just wanted to roll them out for the next 5 weeks.
Okay.
I'll say this, David. I was listening to the Pat McAfee show earlier today, and someone they had on was very complimentary towards the Chiefs' defense.
Oh yeah, they've been
I
nice.
know
They've been nice.
ball. I know ball. What can I say? You know,
No, they've been nice. They've been keeping them in the game. So yeah, I think that was a great pickup. I thought I overbid at 6, hoping. Honestly, I was looking at the same thing, hoping I can keep them for a while. So just to make you feel better, David, I agree. I think that's a great pickup. Like
thank you.
in
thank
hindsight, I
you.
wish I could have had them for. I would have been willing to bid 19 for him. So
Yeah, Las Vegas, Tampa Bay just lost their fucking
yeah,
wide receivers. You
pieces.
got
Yeah,
Denver, which is you got Bo Nix.
yeah,
Who knows,
rookie.
right? Rookie. They got Buffalo, which we attached math, and then you got Carolina, Las Vegas again, Chargers, Cleveland, Houston, which is kind of rough, and then you got Pittsburgh. So anything they
yeah.
could be, I could roll them out for like the rest of the year.
Oh,
You really could.
Right,
Really could.
so that's the reason I overbid. Hopping into Nick, I was talking to him yesterday. I have a funny story. So he says the only reason he bid 116 was because you guys remember the controversy about Sleeper putting out suggested fab bids.
Yeah.
It was on Reddit. I personally didn't see it, but apparently Nick saw it
I did
because
see
they
that, yeah.
deactivated it after like too many complaints. But when Nick put in his waiver wire bid, they had that feature on. Like it was essentially the feature is an aggregate of all waiver wire bids on that player, and it averages
shit.
it. So it's like kind of like a cheat code because
Yeah.
you can see the average bid of all of Sleeper. So the
Yeah.
average bid was, I don't know, like I think I remember like 70-ish, and so Nick was like, "Oh, Jawan Jennings going for 70?" And
Yeah,
he's like,
70%, right? Percent.
No. Oh yeah, no, not 50%. 50%.
Okay.
You're right.
Yeah. Okay.
50% of and then he's like,
Of
"Oh,
the fab, right?
of
Yeah.
your fab." And then so Nick was like, "Oh fuck, if it's 50% of the fab is the average, our league spends more, so then I got to put in more money." So I think he went in like 60%, something like that. And
Yeah.
so then that's where the 116 came from, and then it like cucked him in retrospect, right?
Oh shit. So I didn't see that feature yet. Actually, I totally missed it.
Yeah, they activated it. They got a bunch of complaints, and then
I
they
saw it. Yeah, I saw
deactivated
the
it.
complaints, and I just missed it. The couple hours it was open.
Yeah.
Topher, are you just busy? Would you feel better if the waiver was pushed to like a traditional like 12 o'clock, or like even we skipped waivers on Tuesday and just went Wednesday morning or something like that? How are you feeling with waivers? If you said you were checked out.
checked out this week. I
Oh,
didn't
just
really.
Oh,
this
check
week.
out this week.
Yeah, just
It's
this
the
week
week
because
thing.
I think
Okay.
Okay.
even.
Okay.
Yeah, because I just got Brock Purdy like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah,
So yeah,
sometimes
just
follows through the cracks. Everyone has those,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Just checking, just seeing if we need to make
Yeah.
adjustments or rule changes.
I
or
wouldn't
when-
have put 117 on Juan Jennings anyway, so that would have been a moot point regardless.
Fair.
All right, this is my
All right.
shot. This is my shot.
All right, I'll drink
Boys.
with you because I gotta owe another one too. Might as well just drink it
Why
now.
don't you
so-
walk us through the trades
I-
that Topher?
I was going to say I was gonna take one too, but sure.
You know what? Take one
No,
too.
let's take
We'll all
one
drink
too.
it.
We'll all drink.
We're
We'll
all
all drink. I didn't know you had one more.
No, he has 0. I have one more from
No,
from the head to head. So I want to just
I'm
pay this
just
now.
taking shots out of solidarity.
Did you finish that bottle
All right,
off from the pod?
boys.
that all from the pod?
This no, it was around like it was like here maybe,
Okay.
and then this was the pod right here.
Oh shit. Okay.
So first bottle of the first bottle of the season, boys.
Dang. Okay. If this is a leader, I might be really close to you. So we'll see. I think I'm like a shot away from finishing with you. Whew. All right. Let's jump into the trade. Nick receives Chuba. Royce receives Ramondre. I just gotta say this was like a what for me. I was like, whoa, what was this trade? Like, why are we doing these 1-for-1s? Like, what are we thinking?
It's a lateral move too.
Exactly. It's not like you're not really improving like another position. Like Nick needs help at wide receiver. Like he should be trading Ramondre, packaging for like some sort of wide receiver help. To like I'm a running back needing team. Topher is a running back needy team. Like Nee is a running back needy team. So there's teams out there that need these running backs that he could have shipped, a receiver for.
Yeah.
So he just kind of does this lateral trade that I'm not sure how I
And
feel about it.
yeah, and Jonathan Brooks is coming back, so he probably
Yep.
traded Chuba literally at the worst time. But I guess I can peel back the curtain because I was on Discord with Nick yesterday when the
Okay.
trade went through. And the reason he traded Ramondre for Chuba was because not necessarily he wanted Chuba, but he wanted Ramondre off his roster. Because if you
Uh,
watch the Patriots game, it's super stinky. And
it
so
is.
he's just like watching the game and he's like, bro, what the fuck am I seeing? Ramondre's getting like nothing. He's got no
Yeah.
targets. And so he's just fed up with the Patriots offense. So he
Yeah.
wanted to get off the Patriots ban or wagon as soon as possible. And so that's why he traded for Ramon or for Chuba. But honestly, he traded for a worse player, I would say.
And what sucks is it's a worse player this week, especially with Bryce Young playing, because
Yeah.
Chuba was not good with Bryce Young, at the beginning of the year. Andy Dalton did help him with his floor. Um, see, I think this is a bad trade for this week. And Nick's trying to win. He's on a roll. Like, uh, yeah, I don't think it was a good trade, especially for this week. With everything being settled. What do you think, Topher? Thoughts on this trade?
I will agree with the two of you. I feel like even if Ramondre is on the stinky Patriots, I feel like trading his running back one on the Patriots for who's going to be a running back two, and
Yeah.
not ideal. But I mean,
And
that might just be some Nick-onomics.
yeah. And the Patriots offense have been looking good with Drake. Not good, but like better with Drake May. So I would say they're on
On
the
the up.
up, or like
Yeah.
as up as these guys can be. But yeah, you got Chuba. It's because I think Nick admitted that he didn't realize Jonathan Brooks was coming back also.
Oh, full tilted.
Yeah,
Full
Mm,
tilted.
he didn't. He's like, I totally overlooked that. So yeah, bad trade for Nick. If we're gonna grade it, I'd probably grade it a C minus for Nick, and then maybe like a B for Royce because Ramondre ain't. It's not like he's trading for Derrick Henry. I mean, Ramondre's
Yeah.
Ramondre. But
And
yeah, B for Royce.
I agree with that. I agree with the same grade.
same
So
thing, yeah. B
okay.
Royce, Nick
Let-
C. Not a blockbuster trade in particular,
Yeah.
but worse for
Yeah.
Nick.
Hey, but it's action. We've been wanting it.
Yeah,
Thanks for the action.
Thank you.
Let's
it's
jump into our
content.
let's jump into our game. David's tears.
Oh, Davis
Um,
Tears is up. All right,
Yeah,
Mm,
Davis tears because we've been lacking a little bit.
that's
We
true.
went pretty long in the trade wins. This was supposed to be bi-weekly, and I'm excited to see what David has in store for us. So, he hinted at someone being booty bound this week. I don't know.
mm.
We're gonna have to find out. When he gets a chance to pull this up. Topher, any idea who you think might be booty bound? If someone is booty bound this week,
I think it's got to be Jonathan, right?
That's what I'm
That's
thinking too.
that's my guess.
Okay,
All right, let me share my
That's
desktop
my.
real
go
quick.
ahead.
Share my screen. All right,
All right.
this. Oh, wait, is this the right one? Oh, I forgot to fucking pull up last week's. All right. Sorry, this is a mistake by me, but let me go. Pod desktop.
Oh, hey, if you're watching this, skip like 10
Fucking
seconds.
skips 10
Skip like
seconds.
30
I'm
seconds.
like,
Press the
I need
J
a.
button or
Press
the
the
L
right
button,
key.
whatever, by a bunch of
All
times.
right, boys. All right, so this was
Oh,
supposed
that's a
to be
good one.
last week's tiers, right?
Okay.
So the week before that, it was
Timmy was
I
on.
might just make it up. It was probably something like this, and then it was something like this. Let's just say, for example, right? But last week, when I got to do
Wait, put it back.
tiers,
Put it back to last week. Put all those things back just really quick.
I
So last week,
think, or 3 weeks ago,
yeah.
it was like something like probably like this. I
Okay,
think it
so
was
all
like
right.
this 3
What
weeks
am I
ago.
looking in the fourth tier? What the fuck am I looking at? It's me, Vin, and Timmy.
Timmy.
Down on the luck is Michael, James, Topher.
Yep.
You have my attention is Royce, Yi, David. Good looking
Nick.
ball club goes to Nick, Ryan, and
Jonathan.
Jonathan.
There you go.
All right.
So this
Let's
was
move into this next
this
week
was
here.
3 weeks ago. All right.
Okay.
Moving into last week, Topher, I'm sorry, you losing to me. You go into bottom tier. Timmy on a
okay.
2-game win streak moves up. I move up. Drake London, Mike Evans, and Jamar Chase looking good. Ryan moves up into booty bound. I thought Ryan's team looks really good. I mean, Jonathan has a lot of name power, but Ryan's been. Let's be honest. Ryan's been putting up some points, right?
Yes,
And
yes,
then
yes. Respectfully.
I think maybe something like this. I don't know. This was This is 3 weeks ago,
Okay.
or this is 2 weeks ago. This is all right. This was supposed to be the tiers last week.
With James, yeah, with James last
With
week. Okay,
James
so let's
last
see
week. This was
So
supposed to be
we have
it.
another week of data. What do you got going on?
We got
today?
another week of data, and so let me let me start at the bottom right here. Let's go. Fuck. Topher stays, Vince stays, and
Yes, sir. Yep.
you stay.
That's fair.
Well, down on your luck. I'm
There's
moving
no way Mike Moore does-
Yee
okay.
down.
Okay.
And who goes up? Who goes up? James has my attention,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
There you go.
agree.
James has my attention. And in the tier 3, you know what? This week, after all the injuries, I'm sorry, Nick. You peaked. You peaked last 2 weeks ago. So you might have my attention because his wide receiver core got banged up. I'm moving Jonathan up to that's a good looking ball club because he's got a couple players back. He's got AJ Brown back. He's got his pieces. A good showing this week might move him up into booty bound. And I'm sorry, Ryan. You ain't in booty bound no more. Your team is showing some holes. Fuck, who's on his team? Oh, Jaden Reed, he's got his boom bust, but with Romeo Dobbs, Christian Watson all healthy, you on a given week, you don't know who is going to be the best receiver on the Packers, right? And so I feel like Jaden Reed has kind of been propped up by maybe his first and second week like kind of blow up games. And so he's a solid player. He's definitely top 12, but I wouldn't say he's top 5. Yeah, I'm moving Ryan down. So what do you guys think about these tiers?
All right. I'm gonna be honest. Michael's got to go down. So what the fuck am I looking at too after that trade? I think the only reason you put down in your luck is because you traded him. Like that's on some BS right there. I will move that down. I think
You move it down? All right.
I'm gonna move Topher up to down on your luck.
Oh,
You think
okay.
so?
There you
Okay.
go. There you go.
Wow, very complimentary.
I think Jonathan goes to booty bound. Move Jonathan up.
Jonathan moves up.
Oh man. Shoot.
I mean, to be candid,
I think it stays
disagree.
here. I think it stays
This is
here
it.
for me.
This is it.
Uh,
So you
I
agree
wanna-
with Nick in tier 3?
I want to move Timmy down, but I don't think I can't make the tiers work for you. So it'd be like Timmy down, and if someone else had to move down, it'd probably be Royce down. So no, Timmy goes down and Royce goes down, like something like that. If it was in the previous one, it'd be something like
this. I mean, these 5 up here reflect in the rankings. I think aren't these the top 5 right now?
I would say so. Yeah.
There you go.
Topher,
What
what do
about
you
you, Topher? What do you think? This is Chris's tiers.
I have zero confidence in my team right now, so I would lower myself down one.
Topher would rather him be like here. Topher hates his
I
team.
hate my team. I hate my team. But if possible, yeah, I would lower it down so it'd be like a true pyramid
There.
versus like a halfway pyramid versus like
Okay.
a triangle. Let's see, what else would I do? I would move Timmy to down on your luck.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think we
Okay.
agreed Timmy's down on his luck.
And I think, talking about it's hard because I don't think anyone sure I thought it was one person at booty bound, it would be Jonathan, but I think if there's a way to truly rearrange the tiers, I think I would put Ryan down to you have my attention.
Oh,
That works. That
wow.
works.
And Jonathan down, and that's a good looking ball club.
Oh, so we
Oh.
agree that
Yeah.
I am in a good-looking ball club.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Wow.
Yes,
Wow.
sir.
Okay, okay. All right.
All right.
So this is Topher's tiers right here. All right.
Topher's
Any
tiers right there.
any complaints? Hit it in the comments below. But
Yeah, throw it in.
I mean, a lot has changed in the last 3 weeks. You got Yi down here. You got Timmy moving up. Topher, although he started out like 3-1, now he's in the what the fuck am I looking at? And we got our 3 mainstays down here.
Yeah,
Nick
not bad.
Nick was on fire a couple
He
weeks ago,
was.
but I think he had a couple injuries and some receivers he thought would pan out kind of didn't pan out. It's more inconsistent with the receivers. James moving up, James with
And his
had a couple key injuries, Puka and Pacheco,
Yep.
kind of staying
Yep.
in it. So James definitely has my attention. Ryan, everyone thought he had a bad roster, but Ryan's been kind of cooking recently. So
Yep.
yeah, so it's interesting.
Can't hate on it. The stats don't lie. So
There you go.
all right, let's jump into our week 7 recap. Week 7 recap. We got James versus Chris. I don't know if you need to change any screens on your.
No, I
your
got
end.
it. I got it. It's done.
Okay. Week 7 recap. We got James, a little tilter here. James with his kicker and defense put up 33 points, and my kicker and defense combined put up -1. Like that was rough.
Yeah.
So it's like a 34-point differential. James wins that one pretty handily. Vin versus David. McBride Evans did just enough to get
Bro, was that not clutch by
a
Evans or
Monday
no? Right?
night miracle. My God, pulls his hammy into. Gets a touchdown, pulls his hammy. All right, I'm off.
I said
that was
rest.
enough for you.
I said rest, my king. You did enough.
This is the power of a noble phantasm, or what, dude?
I think so, dude. I had Evans on my team. I had Evans. I think Evans is actually my noble fantasy because last year I was against Timmy in the toilet bowl.
Yeah.
Fucking Evans puts up a 45
Let's
bomb
go.
on Timmy. I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
this guy is fucking legit.
Jonathan's team is just too strong. It definitely halts Timmy's momentum. Timmy put up a good week though. That's the thing. He put up 115. Can't halt that. Like there's a couple winners in here that didn't deserve it. So yeah, just unfortunate for Timmy. We saw Royce's quirk work in real time. Like we saw the picture. He's sleep. Like your brother did you dirty, Topher. Like I'm sorry.
I know.
Royce gets the dub there. Mike Mo versus Yi. Mike Mo's team was just dead last week. What, like 50 points?
Yeah,
61.
60.
61. Okay. Yi keeps it going. Yi's stringing it together. Like at this rate, he looks like he's gonna make the playoffs at the
Bro.
very least. He has to win like 2, maybe 3 more, and he's gonna make the playoffs. Nick and Ryan, very spicy Monday matchup. But Lamar was just too much for Nick. So
Yeah, too much.
David 5 for 6, almost made me take another 3 shots. James also 5 for 6, and myself 3 for 6. So kind of sitting there at 50%, pretty. The guest up there, guest doing well this year, 66%. Topher's got to keep that going, and David in the lead with about 69%, almost 70. So thoughts on this week and any insight? Topher, how do you feel about your week?
I'm not gonna lie. Monday night, I was still holding out hope that Baker Mayfield was gonna finally lose some momentum, but he hit those couple TDs.
Those
end of the
garbage
game.
time. It was
Those
all
garbage
garbage time.
I know, and I mean, sure, he got a couple TDs, but at what cost?
Yeah.
What cost? No, other than that, I always like it when I lose by not a close amount.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
for
I
sure.
lost to Royce by like 20 points. So like I'd rather have that than like have it be like a nail biter. So I can't really complain about myself there. But Timmy, the fact that he was second place in points for and he still lost to the first points for, that's pretty tragic, especially
Yeah.
for your 2-time toilet bowl winner.
Yeah. He might, a couple more losses, he might end up back there trying to get that 3P right there. What do you think, David? How's your week, or any other thoughts on this week?
When obviously the Mike Evans thing was unfortunate for me, but thankfully he did enough. I mean, he I needed that touchdown. If you're looking at the
Mhm.
score, like
No, for real, yeah.
we were looking at like an 80% three players to make up 20 points is fine, but then like it got close at the end. So I'm luckily I squeaked at that win because I honestly thought it was an easy win. Um, Derrick Henry made it pretty spicy for Nick. At the end, I think Nick would have won if he caught that touchdown,
Yeah,
or he
yeah,
if he broke away
yep.
that touchdown. I think Nick would have won. And Topher, I think Topher. I don't know if you want to hear this or not, but I think if Baker didn't score on that drive where I said if he doesn't score here, he's gonna get benched. I think if he doesn't score there, I think they actually bench him,
Mhm.
and you would have won that week. But since he
Yeah.
did score, then they were
Oh.
within 2 scores, so then they would just go for it. But if they didn't score and they'd be down 3 scores, I think they bench him because it was in the fourth quarter,
Yeah,
right? And so
that's fair.
I don't know if you want to hear that, but it was honestly
That's
pretty
okay.
close. So yeah, unfortunate
Yeah.
for you, Topher.
All right. With that being said, after that power rankings, big movers and shakers here. Jonathan moves up to second. Jonathan, Ryan have been fighting over first and second all year. Nick as well in the mix drops down to fourth. Is that Royce in the sombrero?
No,
Or
it's
is
Yeah,
it?
Royce
David.
is. Oh wait,
Oh, David. No, so
that's
David's in
me.
third.
Why am I so
Um,
small?
I don't know. Yeah, that's sorry, I couldn't see it. In the bottom half, any significant moves is Timmy moving up to ninth,
Nine.
and then yeah, so he's the head of that bottom tier right there. But yeah, nothing too crazy when it comes to that. Any thoughts on the power rankings before we move into our weekly predictions?
I'm happy for Timmy.
Yeah.
He's making moves. He's a whole ninth place. He's in the single digits.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, the only thing I have to say is that Topher has been sliding since he's been on a slide since like was that week 4. He's been going down every week.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm on a 4-game losing streak.
unfortunate for Topher. Um, I would say, yeah, Topher is on an unfortunate streak, and it's a fight between Vin and Chris down there. It's a dog fight. I think James is trending up. I think his team's trending up. But overall, I think yeah, this is how the rankings pan out. I think Ryan, Jonathan, myself, and Nick definitely in the
Top.
driver's
Yeah.
seat.
Yep.
But yeah, that I think I agree with the power rankings.
All right. Topher, any thoughts on the power rankings?
Uh, I think it just kind of goes back to like I would have thought that at some point everyone's scores would like even out. Like everyone would be like 3-4 or 4-3, but even
Nope.
halfway into the season, everyone's like 6-1 or 5-2 or like
It,
1-6.
it's because
Yeah.
the 3 guys at the bottom giving up the free wins.
Dude, I have the most. I'm up there for the points against.
You've been getting destroyed.
All right, it's over 2. All right, let's move on to our weekend predictions. Chris versus Nick. I can't break down myself, so David's gonna do us the honors here. What are your thoughts here on my matchup versus Nick? And unfortunately, we do have a sneak peek into this week, because we are recording on Thursday right now. So, what are your thoughts here?
Yeah, my thoughts. Sam Darnold 18 points versus Kyler Murray. I have that as a push. I think Kyler Murray hasn't been playing his best football.
Mhm.
And something that I don't know if Nick wants to hear this or not, maybe if he listens to the podcast, the new Call of Duty comes out on Saturday night. So if he's playing all day Saturday and then he has the game on Sunday, he might not be performing as well. He might not break off a 50-yard touchdown again. So I'd be hesitant about playing Kyler Murray this week.
You guys see his picture?
No, I haven't.
So if you pull up his picture, it's like, and I was on Reddit and I was like, apparently it's like the guy from like the Call of Duty or Call of Duty commercial or something like
Uh-huh.
that. But it's like, yeah, some random ass dude. I was like, what does this even mean? But
Yeah.
yeah, go ahead.
Running backs, obviously Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley, I have him going there. But James Conner and Nick Chubb ain't no slouch also. But I do lean Nick over there. Amon Ra, Cooper Cup. Cooper Cup looked okay. He I think if he was healthier, he would have came down with some of the passes. But I don't think you can argue with 13 points. Amon Rob, Tank Dell, Keon Coleman. Obviously you going with Chris there. Brock Bowers and Tucker Kraft. I do think Tucker Kraft is a little bit touchdown dependent, so I have Brock Bowers leading there,
Absolutely.
and Chris rolling out Rome Adunze versus Nick has nobody. Let's
He's probably
just
gonna go with like Pittman or Chubbard. I
no.
would
He would probably
say.
roll out Jennings if he plays. Right?
If so, it's like Jennings for sure. If not, it'd be like Pittman or Chubbard.
Yeah. So let's
Or
say
Zay Flowers too, if Zay Flowers is healthy. So there's that.
it's fucking Rome versus Jennings. I like Rome. I like Rome, so I'll have it as a push here. I'll have it as a push here because after a bye, you don't know what the hell is gonna happen, and it's against
Yeah.
Washington, which is pretty soft. So I have as a push there. Overall, it's a close matchup, but I would say I lean. Let me see, who's Jawan Dallas after a bye? Fuck it, let's go Chris here. Let's go
Okay,
Chris here. Let's go Chris here. Let's go Chris
That's what I'm
here.
talking about.
There
So
you
what do you
go.
got? Any differences,
I-
or do you just want to put your bet out there?
You know what? I'm gonna say Chris too.
Let's go.
There you go.
That's what I'm about,
Chris was worried, bro.
You know,
Sweat over here. I just need some
you know, you're
validation.
gonna get that. What is it gonna be? Your dub number 2. It's gonna be the beginning of your comeback story.
That's what I'm saying.
This is where it begins.
Minor setback for major comeback. So let's jump into Vin versus Jonathan here. Topher, if you can do us the honor of breaking down your brother's matchup here.
All right, so I got quarterbacks: Vin, CJ Stroud, Jonathan's Hurts. I'm gonna say Hurts because I think CJ Stroud's matchup against Indiana. I feel like that's gonna be how do I word it? I don't think Stroud's gonna do that well. Tank Dell's kind of poo-poo. I don't know what the background is behind that exactly, but I feel like Houston's been kind of underwhelming.
Who, Tank Dell? What, who?
Yeah. Hasn't Tank Dell been kind of underwhelming?
He has been.
He has been.
Yeah. And then I think also because my luck of having Diggs, I think gonna be another stinker there for Diggs.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump running backs. What do you
Running backs. Oh, Walker and Rashad White, Vin, Jonathan.
Why are you out of focus, Topher?
Oh, okay. I think
You're
because I'm
leaning too
leaning
far back. Yeah.
I'm leaning back too much.
He's in thought.
I'm
He's
honed
thought.
in sleeper. You know what? I think this is gonna be a push. I think these two have the running backs that I wish I had. One of them I did have. Two of them I did have last season, and now I have none of them. So that makes me a little envious. I think that's a push. AJ Brown, Neighbors, Tyreek, and Amari Cooper. I think I would go Tyreek and Cooper.
Okay, that's a hot
I
take.
think I think so. I think it's more because I think Brown is going to do very well, but I don't know about Neighbors against Pittsburgh defense.
Okay.
But
Okay,
I
valid.
could be wrong there. Tight ends, Komet versus Kelsey. I feel like Kelsey's been kind of like not. He's been, he's been letting the kids play. I think that's a push as well. Let's see. Flex, Jordan Mason, Brian Robinson. I'm not that good at this. I feel like most of these are all just pushes.
That's
Then
fine.
call it by your
They're your
gut.
thoughts. They're your
All
thoughts.
right,
They're your thoughts.
flex. I think is a push as well.
Okay.
Kickers, Brandon Aubrey. Was he the one that was performing his civic duty today? Or
Yeah.
yesterday?
Yes, sir.
He was the one. I think he's gonna have a rejuvenated appreciation for our nation's civic system, and I think it's gonna bring him in very good spirits.
He's gonna
Yeah,
see the
there-
jet fly over and just be like, you
Bro.
know what? I'm gonna kick some 70 yarders
Yeah.
today.
Bro, honestly, doing jury duty was kind of lit. Honestly. I'm like, are they really letting people like me fucking judge this guy's fate, dude?
Shit.
It's honestly kind of a power trip. That's why I like it.
So I think
Thanks for doing your
Aubrey.
duty. Thank you for your
Thank
service.
you. Thank you.
And I'm
Thank you.
voting. You know, you gotta vote, guys. Guys,
Thank
vote.
you for your service. Yeah, that's
Thank
right.
you for
You
your
gotta vote.
service times 2.
Yeah, you got mail-in vote, boys. All right, go ahead.
That's true. All right, Aubrey. I think he's gonna have an appreciation for our country, especially because he is in America's team.
That's
So I
true.
think
That's true.
I think that's more of a vibe thing versus a player thing. And then Detroit D versus Denver D. I think Detroit's just on. But Denver's going against Carolina. I'm gonna go Jonathan for that one, especially with Bryce Young starting for Carolina.
Yep.
I think by all logic or by stats, I don't know why I did quotes there, literally stats. I think Jonathan
Okay.
would be more likely to win, but I'm not gonna go based off of that. I will go off of gut, and I think Vince gonna win. Also because
Oh, okay.
It's either the best friend or the brother.
I'm gonna go at this from a very logical point. I think the chances of going 1-7 are pretty low. You know, I don't think he's gonna.
You know, we
lose.
have 3 people going 1-7 this week.
I think it might be 2 people instead of 3.
All right.
You guys just voted for me. What do you even mean?
You know, then it's only gonna be one person. This is where the parity in this league starts.
I feel
All
bad
right,
for
here we go.
Michael if he does go 1-7.
Oh,
He's
man.
gonna go 1-13.
All
Okay.
right. So you got Vin, David.
I have
Any
Vin.
disagreements here? What are your thoughts on Vin versus Jonathan?
No disagreements here. Jonathan's roster is looking pretty strong, especially with Malik Neighbors back. I would say the only soft spot in Jonathan's roster might be his tight end, surprisingly, right? Travis Kelsey. But yeah, overall, he's got a lot of like name brand quality players that are kind of like the number one workhorses of their team.
Yep.
So you have to believe in the volume. So I have Jonathan winning.
All right, and yeah, that's where I agree with David's analysis. I got Jonathan winning and pretty easily. So let's jump into Royce versus David. I'll break this one down.
Let's go.
I got Joe Burrow. I got David here. Running backs, Joe Burrow over Baker Mayfield, J.K. Dobbins and Jacobs over Achin and DeAndre. This is pretty close, but I'm gonna go with David. Wide receivers here. I got Chase London with C.D. McLaurin. I'd say. Again, I'd go with David. I do push slightly David. That's a close one for me as well. Tight end, I like Njoku over McBride. Actually, I like the matchup. I like Jameis being in there. Flex Olave versus Dowdo. I'm going with Dowdo at SF.
Let's
If
go.
I had to make a change, I might play Bigsby if ETN is out.
Really against Green Bay?
Against
I'll
Green
listen
Bay.
to you. I'll listen to you.
I if ETN is out, if ETN is gonna try to play, I don't want to break up that snap count. Otherwise, I'd go there. Not a big Olave fan. If I was Royce, I know he's not listening to this pod anymore. I'd probably go Mooney over Olave. I know he doesn't want to hear that. So
Bro, I don't know why he's still rolling out Olave, dude.
yeah. So with that being said, I got David winning this, and David's got himself Topher. Do you have any differences in this?
You know what? Just because Royce doesn't listen to this podcast anymore, I'm going with David. How
There
dare he
you
not
go.
listen?
There
Okay.
you go.
All right.
There you go.
Ryan versus Yi. Let's have Topher run this one back. Actually, no. I'm gonna give Topher the honors. So David, Ryan versus Yi. David, who you got here?
Ryan versus Yi. Let me pull it up real quick. Right here.
Mhm.
Lamar Jackson versus Josh Allen. I mean, Lamar's been on fire, so I gotta leave him.
On fire.
Opportunity and Bijan versus Eckler and Cook. Cook's been losing out workload to Ray Davis, and Eckler's not even the number one option on his team. So I gotta lean Ryan over there.
Ryan.
So Ryan,
Yep.
Ryan. T Higgins, Jaden Reed, Devontae Adams, and he doesn't have anyone in right now.
I mean, I guess he might as well move Judy up and then put someone
Or
in flex, right?
Debo. Let's go Debo. Let's say Debo. If Debo plays,
Yeah, Debo should play, right?
he
Debo
should play. I think he practiced it. So Debo, Higgins versus Reed and Adams. I like Yee's side here. I like Debo. I
Okay.
like Higgins. I think Debo, when he misses Ayuk, has a good game, has good games. And T Higgins, target volume. I think he'll eat against the Philadelphia defense. Skittle and Pitts. I like Skittles. Skittles been on fire, so let's go him there. Joe Mixon and Jerry Judy. Joe Mixon's been on freaking fire right now.
Yeah.
So I have Ryan winning this game. I mean, Ryan's running backs have been looking good. I mean, they're all pretty touchdown dependent, to be honest.
Yeah.
Joe Mixon's got like freaking like 8 touchdowns or some shit like that.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Opportunity gets touchdown every week. Bijan has been getting more involved, so yeah, I have Ryan winning. Sorry.
I got Ryan winning. I just have Ryan. Ryan's my whole list down. So for any differences, what do you think here?
No differences. I think Ryan has been on the roll this whole time, which is ironic given how everyone thought of his roster on draft day.
Okay.
I will say that me and Jonathan and Ryan have the most difficult strength of schedule because we all play each other twice because we're in the same division.
Yeah.
So I wish I can beat up on these tomato cans like Chris Vin and Mike Mo and Timmy, but
Am I not in your division too?
Do I play you twice?
I think I play you twice.
I play Vin and Mike Mo twice.
Jonathan.
So I think,
yeah, I play you twice.
Oh, you did play me twice. Okay, let me get another free win in. Just kidding. But we'll see. You might be weaponizing by the time that week 13 comes around.
I'm down bad right now. I don't know. Someone might take advantage of me. Topher can't break his game down, so I'm gonna break down this James versus Topher here. Starting off with, I'm gonna pull it up.
We have a sneak peek.
Sneak peek into the
Kyron.
Oh yeah, we do have a sneak peek.
Oh yeah.
I got Jordan Love over Purdy. Jordan Love's been hot. He's there throwing touchdowns like crazy. Running backs, with the sneak peek, I am going to for Kyron with that 20 points. Did very well. Kamara's hurt. Chase Brown versus Philly is tough. Then I'm going into the wide receivers. I do have James here, Devontae Smith with 15, and Justin Jefferson with 15. I like Devontae Smith this week. Diggs, it's going to be close, but I am leaning James. Tight end, I do have Freiermuth over Hunter Henry. I like that. And with the flex, Wicks versus Worthy push. Hindsight is 2020, but should have listened to Big Bro.
Should have listened. I mean,
I would have played Puka over Wicks.
I don't just say that stuff just for no reason, bro.
Yeah,
I can see these things.
With that being said, Porta, yeah, it's close. I think Topher takes this one.
Topher takes this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, what do you got? Topher, you got yourself, right?
I got James.
Oh shit! Okay.
I'm gonna play contrarian, and for
Topher
the first time in booty league history, I'm going from the guest opponent.
All right, so he's trying to go for the 6 for 6 and make us drink our shots here. So
all right,
I think that's the play. Go ahead, David. Who do you got?
We've been matching every matchup, so I'll go Topher this time. I'll play contrarian because sometimes Chris goes
Topher too.
You'll go Topher?
I said it close. I'm going Topher.
Fuck. I'm going my big bro. I'm going my big bro. This matchup.
Now go Topher, because I might go contrarian next week. I don't know.
All right, let's go. Okay. Now I believe in my big bro. Come on. Come on, big bro.
Okay.
You got this. There you go.
All right. Big bro would have got this if he played Puka in the
I know. Why doesn't he listen to me? We're family.
If he played Puka, I would have said, you know what? I got James, but he didn't play Puka.
I don't know why he didn't just believe me. That's messed up.
Man.
If Chris says play fucking who play Tank Bigsby versus fucking Green Bay, I'm gonna believe him. because he knows.
Yeah.
And so I know Rams. Hey, Puka's been out for fucking like 8 weeks, but he has to be healthy. Like, please.
All right. And our guest is gonna do us the honor of breaking down the Eat Shit Bowl. So that's the big
Oh.
one this week. I know they're on their positive era, but we're gonna see what happens when it comes to Monday night when the points add up. I'm here eat shit, So who's gonna eat shit this week? So who do you got?
Who has Monday night game?
Oh man,
Oh,
I
it's a
I
Pickens
appreciate
and
it.
it's a Pickens and
Pickens versus Najee. That's right. I said
no
the what
Pickens versus Najee and Russ and Russ.
yeah. Oh, that's right, Russ too. So
So
all
we got the
right,
counter synergy there.
all right.
Go
All
So
ahead.
what do you
right,
got?
I appreciate this privilege of being the one that runs down this very spicy matchup. Tua Russ quarterback. I'm going Russ. I think Tua's doo doo.
Mm,
I think Tua's doo doo, but that's coming for someone who had him for a while, so I'm a little scarred by him. Coming back from concussions, with the whole like, when did he get concussed? Like a month ago.
Yeah.
So actually, that's a pretty healthy time because without maybe diverging from the NFL's opinion, I feel like a month is pretty good for a concussion. So he might be fully good for that, but I'm still going Russell Wilson. Man, these running backs are pretty funny. Algier and Hall versus. Oh, we got a preview here though. Aaron Jones
Yep.
did all right versus Kareem Hunt. I think Timmy. I'm going Timmy.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
I think Mike Mo's team is pretty doo-doo. I don't know. Bateman. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know who that is. Was he?
That's
Was
crazy.
he a waiver?
He was a waiver ad like
He's
last
The
week.
waiver.
Wait,
Okay,
that's
sorry, my
crazy.
Go ahead,
I
go
swear
ahead.
you had him last season.
Did I? No, I had Hill.
All right.
I had Hill. Yeah. If we're talking like Baltimore
All right.
Baltimore
Keep breaking it
players.
down.
All
Let me
right,
check.
all right. I think on the basis that I don't even know who Bateman is, I'm gonna go with Timmy's Garrett Wilson and
Okay.
Marvin Harrison. I think just on that alone. Ferguson versus Ingram. I think Ferguson because I think Brandon Aubrey is going to talk about all the players are going to get together. They're going to talk about how their weeks have been, and Aubrey's
Right.
going to be. He's going to say, some people they do ayahuasca or something like that to have like a life changing experience, or they, go to like
Yeah.
the New York MoMA or something. But I think
But
Brandon
no.
Aubrey is going to talk
I
about
went to
his.
jury duty.
Yeah, and I
Right.
think it's going to rub off on Ferguson. So I think Mike Mel has that one.
Okay.
Pickens versus Harris is pretty funny. I think that's spicy. That's like that's like a medium spicy, just because same team.
Mm,
But I'm gonna go Harris. I don't know
Wow.
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Harris just because something about Timmy. I think he's just on a roll right now. I think he's going for the 500, 7-7 this year. That's my prediction for him.
All
Okay.
right. All right.
I dare I say that I'm willing to do a shot for that. So
a shot that Timmy will get to 500.
yes, a shot that Timmy do to go to 500
At
if
any
he
point
goes.
or 7-7 exactly.
In a year
What
or
is?
at any point, like if he goes 5-5, are we good there, or is that?
You know what? I'll do that because he's 2-5. So
Anytime 500.
At any time. Okay.
how do I word this? So every win he gets over 500, I will add one more shot.
Okay.
Wow.
So
So
I'm a Timmy believer.
Okay.
I'm a Timmy believer. Kicker, I feel like that's kind of a wash, or is that the term? Yeah, kind of a wash. I blanked out there. I don't think they're both gonna do what they do in SF versus Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh. I think that's a very safe bet. Pittsburgh D
Yeah.
against SFD. I admittedly don't know the lore about like. 'Cause I know SF offense, obviously a lot of injuries. I don't know about SF defense. I haven't heard anything, but I'll go Pittsburgh. And I think overall, I think Mike Mo's going to be eating a lot of caca this week because
Okay.
I think Timmy's running away with this pretty handily.
Okay. I will go Bucky Irving over Tyler Algier if I was Michael.
Yeah. I think no, Bucky Irving's gonna be out.
Oh, why?
I think the report today is they're expected he's not out for a toe injury.
Oh,
I
really?
would have played him too, yeah, but I think it's expected that he's not playing.
Why are
this
we
week.
sitting Pollard though? Chef
That's
Pollard.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
All right, so we play Pollard over
Algier.
But every time I pick Mike Mo, he loses. So Mike Mo, I believe in you. So let's switch up the mojo. I'm picking Timmy this week.
Okay.
But Michael, no, I'm rooting for you. That's why I'm picking Timmy. But every time I
Alright.
pick Mike Mo, you make me eat shit, Mike.
I know. I
think,
want Mike Mo to win too.
I think of the 3, 5, and 6, 5 out of 6 predictions I've got, Mike Mo's the one that fumbles the bag for me.
Yeah. So, my heart wants to tell me Mike Mo because that's my boy. The only difference I have is the quarterback. It's gonna be a close one. I think it'll be a good eat shit bowl.
I think he'll
actually.
go into Monday night. Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I think it'll be a great eat shit bowl. Oh man, I might. You guys want to see me flip a coin in
Yeah,
live
flip a
time?
coin.
Just,
Flip a coin.
Sure.
I just can't fucking tell, dude. Let's see. All right, I got heads, Mike Mo. Oh, shit. All right, heads, Mike Mo.
That was that easy.
Mo.
There you go, Mike Mo. All right, there you go. We believe in you, Michael. Come on.
So we got the eat shit bowl going. We'll get that out there when the pod gets out. Yeah. Any last words for us, Sofer? Thank you for being on the pod.
Thank you for having me. I hope, at least for my team, I hope everyone just goes out there and has fun. That's what really matters in the sport.
Okay.
Play with joy.
Play with joy, good vibes, just have a good time.
All right.
And that goes for all the players. It
Sounds
goes for
good.
everyone
Thank
this week on fantasy.
All right.
All right, y'all. Have a great week.
Yeah. Good
It's
luck,
been real.
everyone. Good luck, everyone.
All right, best
See
of
ya.
luck, everyone.
Later.